Give us a status update on Rick. Explain why you're talking to us today, and is he a game time decision for this evening?
Yeah, game time decision. So yeah, he's obviously just a little bit under the weather, a little bit more precautionary than anything else right now. Just until he knows that he's feeling better, then just keep it out of the dressing room for now.
But it is actually a game time decision, right?
Yeah.
Can coach take warm up, or how's that work?
Yeah, we'll see how he looks. We'll see how he looks in warm up. That's right. Yeah.
The Oilers won't have McDavid tonight. I mean, everybody knows the impact he can have on a game. Just thoughts on him not being there and what that looks like for you.
Well, obviously, we weren't upset to hear that news. He's, we know what a threat he is every time he's on the ice, and he's a guy that certainly gets fired up for this rivalry. But the one thing that I would say that we have noticed since the coaching change is, I don't want to say more of a team-based, environment or the way that they're playing the game, but certainly the minutes are more distributed, and we know that we're going to face a real hungry team tonight, and a team that's been playing real well. So, regardless of him not being there, it's obviously a very good challenge still.
Just want to get a status update on Thatcher Demko.
Yeah, he's coming along, out there doing some extra work right now. So, I don't want to comment whether he'll be playing the next game or not, but he's certainly getting very close.
I was just going to say, does a conversation about first place even need to happen between coaches and players? At this point, is pretty self-explanatory.
It's pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's been some things that have been said, but for the most part, you can tell that the players have it on their mind. You can tell that their players have it on their mind. Obviously this time of year, everybody's trying to gear up for the playoffs and make sure that their game's in order and that they're feeling good going into the playoffs. But that said, there is a pride factor. There's an element of you obviously want to finish high in the standings and have home ice for as long as possible. So I expect a pretty exciting atmosphere tonight.
You mentioned wanting to have your game in order. What does that look like in terms of execution tonight for you?
Well, you know what, obviously defending is going to be first and foremost, and again, with McDavid not out there, they still have a lot of threats, and we have to be aware of those. But when we're playing our best game, we're a difficult team to play against as well, and playing fast, how we execute with the puck, how we get to the offensive zone, and putting a team that's very dangerous in a position where they have to defend more than they're on offense, that's something we'd be looking to do.
Mike, your responsibilities generally are running the PK, so I'm sure this Oilers team looms large in your imagination.
Yeah.
Are you excited to get a chance to test your group up against them, especially given that it's a bit of a different team than you saw early in the year?
Yeah, excited might not be the right word for it, but no, you always actually do kind of enjoy these opportunities to go up against the best, because it gives you a pretty good sense of where you're at. For us preparing for the playoffs, there's no better way than when you get going up with against a group like this. So we know it's a good challenge. Even with McDavid not there, they still have a lot of the same threats, and in a lot of the ways a lot of the same looks, to be honest with you, with Kane in there. So it'll be a good challenge tonight. Ideally we stay out of the box, but if when we're faced with that situation, we have to be ready for it.
To Smith tonight?
Yes.
Podkolzin looked like he was in just sort of your
it's going to be a game. It's going to be a game time decision, but we're leaning towards that way.
One question: I have a hat trick.
Second career.
Hat trick is hat trick. No hat trick. It's not a problem for me.
Not focused on Edmonton.
You guys are the worst.
The word.
Third line is a huge key.
Golden key.
Oh, I think you have to all these.
Generational talent. Thanks for liking the video and subscribing.